Hi guys, I know that this is different than my usual content, but I just wanted to make a video going over my nail lamps. So when I first started nails, I started in, I think it was 2023. I bought my first nail lamp off Amazon. It wasn't the SunUV, it was just a little pink plain UV lamp. And those just like dumb ones, you know, and it was not curing things properly. Like I had a lot of wrinkles and stuff in my product. So I knew that I needed to switch products or switch my lamp at the time, which is when I ended up buying the SunUV lamp you see, which is very well loved. And I just also want to say I don't work on people. This doesn't look aesthetically pleasing. I was teaching myself at home. I'm not a nail tech. I just do press-ons and my own nails. But this was the lamp that I started with, and it is really messy because I was learning as I was using it. And I learned to also use gloves and the bib pads when doing things to avoid this kind of thing happening. So with all that being said, I did enjoy my SunUV while I used it for 2 years. But recently I've started noticing my thumbs not curing all the way, or certain products showing that they cure, but then later on looking uncured. And I thought that maybe it was time to replace my lamp. And this lamp also doesn't have like the reflective bottom. It's just the black bottom, and it's not removable either. It's all one piece. So when I upgraded, I had asked in a couple different Facebook groups, and I think a Substack I'm in, and a couple other places, on what lamps people would recommend. And I got a couple different ideas, and the most recommended one was this Makartt. And this one, there's 2 versions of this. I think it's the Aurora is what this one is, because it charges. I forgot the name for the other one, but there is one like this that has that has the cord attached. And this one's just, as you can see, a rechargeable one here, and then you could turn it on and off here. And when reading the instructions, I did also read that it'll beep if you have it plugged into the wrong voltage of an outlet. So that's something this one doesn't do. As far as when I got the instructions for it, I do not remember that being in there. So another thing that I really like about this Makartt one, which I haven't admittedly got to use yet, this is just like first judging what everything is there is a beep when things are being done now, whereas my SunUV does not have that. It's actually completely silent. And this one also, if you want to use it for feet, the bottom does detach, so it can be used for feet and pedicures as well. I like the reflective base because it's more likely that everything gets cured evenly and over everything. Yeah, so that's just what I had, what I got. And as you can see, both of these are considered affordable products. This SunUV has lasted me for 2 years. I've made beautiful sets with it. I've been able to use it for those 2 years completely with no issues. The issues only started arising recently, which is why I wanted to upgrade. So I am going to actually do a test on both of them to see if they are properly curing or not. And then we will see if there is an issue with my SunUV curing over time. Now, I did not invent this test. I'm not going to claim to. However, I'm going to tell you, it escapes me the person who I watched on YouTube first do this. So if you want to know who was the first to do this, I would suggest looking it up. But I was told to go on a wooden stick and gather the builder gel on the bottom, so it looks like it's going to drip, you know? So that way when it goes to cure, it's not going to drip all the way down, because if it does happen to drip and hit your lamp, then that means it's not curing correctly. So the goal is it to cure it before it drips, and then you'll know. So that's what I'm going to do with the SunUV now. Now, just looking into this lamp, I could tell you it dripped down some. but it did not hit the bottom. So we're going to see the difference with the Makartt next after that. So we'll know if this is simply an issue with curing or not. And there you can see where it did drip down a little more before it cured, but it did still cure before it touched the bottom. So now we're just going to do the same thing with another stick and the same gel in the Makartt lamp. I'm just doing the same thing, making sure I'm getting plenty of product on there so that it does have like that drip started, so we can see if it drips down anymore once it's put into the lamp. It looks like we got a good start there, so we're going to go into the lamp to cure. Because this does have a reflective base, I can see that the gel is not dripping as far as it did into the SunUV, and that just really tells me that this lamp is curing not only better, but at a faster rate than the SunUV was. I also want to say I'm not a scientist. This is not my specialty. This is not my area of expertise as far as work. I'm not licensed. I'm just a person who does my own nails and does press-ons, and I just know that I looked for a while to try to find videos comparing lamps to each other and an actual like review of things that weren't products that were sent to people. As you can see, that is cured, that were sent to people for free for them to review, which I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I do sometimes feel like that puts a little bit of pressure on people to be nice. I'm just a nobody. I owe these brands no loyalty. In fact, actually, I just ordered from Makartt recently, and I had a terrible experience to the point I had to get a refund from them. So I did make a big step to order this again from them, and I'll say I ordered it Friday, and today is Sunday, and I received it this morning. So I think that my package before that got lost and I needed the refund for was just a one-off type of thing. But just another example of me not really having any stake in the game as far as who I would promote over who. I will say the SunUV I should have tested when I first got it and done this test, so it would have been more of an accurate reading, because at this point it is 2 years old. It's less likely to perform the same way a new lamp is going to perform. But there's the results. You see it, and there's a comparison. I think this is just a good example too of that you should be replacing your equipment every so often. Even if this looked brand new and I didn't have all of this all over it, you know, it still wouldn't have needed to be replaced. It's not just that aesthetically it didn't look nice, but it was having issues curing. And so I think it's really important that we know that we do need to replace our products every so often, especially our nail lamps, as they are responsible for doing the curing of our polishes to ensure that our clients do not have allergic reactions to things. That's it. I'm sorry that I'm not a really good public speaker, and I'm not someone who really goes into details about these kinds of things, but if you need any more information, I'm here. You can ask, and I'll try to give you what I can. Thanks.